Well, folks, the wait is finally over. We're finally concluding this tier list for Bunk'd Season 6 and 7 characters.
Even though it's actually the middle of June when we're doing this, it'll be late in the fall when it's released.
Why do these videos take so long to get out there?
Because the true creator of these videos does not have the luxury of retirement. Even before he got a night job, these videos could take days or even months to make.
Regardless, he does his very best to put out these videos as soon as he can. So please show him your appreciation by hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss an upload.
If you're wondering why these characters are placed where they are, check out part 1 in the description whenever you please. Just don't be thrown off by how different I sound. I've been having troubles with my microphone at the time. Let's start with the Season 5 character that we miscounted in our previous video, Parker's sister.
Even though I would rank her pretty high, admittedly, I have to say she is the sole reason that this show has taken the direction it has. Opening up another camp in some other random stupid town on the other side of the country, which was no doubt paid for by the check.
I know that Donald is typically a negative Nancy, but I have to agree. She really only exists to bring out the worst in Parker. Are we really an F tier with her?
I really can't think of a reason not to. She really has no redeeming qualities apart from being pretty.
And even though I guess she is traditionally beautiful, her hideous personality just completely overshadows it. Let's just slap her there and get it over with. We don't have that many characters to go through. Just like before, we should start with main characters, then work our way down.
A good idea? First time you've had those in a while?
At least I've had them before, you big orange baby.
Come on now, Barry. Even you can't deny that Donald Trump's House of Wings was a bussin' idea.
Okay, you got a point, but anything past 2016 was just bad shit, insane.
All right, that's enough, you guys. Let's kick it off with Winnie. I know you just expect me to rank the young girls pretty high for reasons, but I don't vibe with punk rock chicks.
I know, my friend, but regardless, I'd put her in double S tier because even though was just a generic rebel in Season 6, her character really picks up in Season 7. Being a proper mentor to another character that we'll get to in a bit. Being more of a guild than her actual camp counselor.
Guild, you mean guide?
Yeah, I just misspoke. But anyway, any objections? Didn't think so.
I would have hoped for a smoother segue, but I guess we should talk about Scout now.
Well, to start with, I like how she's been described as if Mateo and Gwen had a kid as far as personalities go by our creator. But I honestly think they missed the mark on this one.
Donald is sour because Disney rebooted Dr. Dolittle into a little Hispanic girl. Big surprise.
No, Joe, you poor fool. First of all, anyone with a brain can tell that she's Native American. And second, I can't help but remember how she told Destiny that the animals don't like her, rather than just telling her she wants to be alone. Just imagine how those poor animals without a voice must have felt. Another thing, she nearly got Jake killed by a poisonous lizard for the same reason. I'm not saying she's F tier, I'm just saying she's not all that.
Who or why are we talking about all that Amanda Bynes was so cute?
No, Joe, we're still talking about Bunk'd. There are so many other things she's done that an entire plot revolves around. But she's honestly not that bad. I'm thinking B tier for Scout.
Seems pretty high for all the crap we talked about, but fine. Now let's talk about Bill, and I don't mean Clinton.
It's a refreshing change of pace to see a young man not afraid of hard work.
A generational anomaly for sure, until the camp completely ruined his character.
How do you mean?
Since he's been in the crew, he started using a calligraphy pen, started taking spa days, and then later giving Destiny shit because he didn't think she could rough it. But it became a pot kettle situation when he too, a bite out of the lizard nuggets he tried to feed her and said they could use dipping sauce. What a fucking hypocrite. He also said cowboys don't get ticklish and then gets ticklish and blurts out the most childlike laugh I've ever heard.
You forgot to add how he somehow forgot where she hid Destiny's bed as if in were a set of car keys. But regardless of the negatives, he is still a child, is therefore susceptible to change. Even though these traits do come up now and then as if he's not even trying to be a manly man, I say put him in S tier in front of Luke.
Just one more character from the main trio to rank. He's basically just the new season's Jorge and Finn, and they are both in C tier and D tier, so that should give you an idea of where he's going to end up. So which is it?
If we were just talking Season 6, Jake, it would be an easy D tier. However, his character improved in Season 7, I feel, since there are a lot of episodes in which it seems he's got a few extra brain cells, like when he had the idea to compete in a game of manhunt or whatever it was to see who gets the AC, or when he juked out Scout like it were an intense episode of Jungle Survivor.
A fair analysis, however, the times where he's acted like a buffoon can't be overlooked. Not an all-around bad character, but he's still in D tier ahead of Jorge. I feel kind of bad for Luke Busey for playing such a hit-or-miss character, but since we're not factoring actors who played the character, it is what it is.
He is a pretty talented actor, but it's time to transition into our reoccurring guest stars with the Marshal.
This character is pretty tough to rank. He's not a bad character per se, but the show portrays him as being a bit of a villain at times.
The worst thing I can recall that he's done is buying the alpaca from Destiny, Parker, and Bill once he learned that the alpaca ate the clue to the treasure.
Well, that worst thing didn't work out for him, as I recall. Selling his business, digging trophiesses, and coming up empty shit-handed, as I recall, or so he thought, much to the delight of our protagonists, and it's Bill's fault for even dropping the thing.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. Bill took a lot of L's in that episode.
Just like how the radical left likes to paint me as the villain, he's just trying to protect his town's cultural values, and when he sees a bunch of outsiders that threaten to get in the way of that. Even so, when Lou shares a heartfelt speech about bringing the joy of camp into their little town, he compromises and unites the town to help them keep their camp open. Not a terrible character, but not that memorable, and think C tier in between Doug and the janitor in training, whatever his name was.
I think that's fair. Let's talk about her niece, Marcia.
Not much. She's really just another Winnie in that she likes to cause trouble.
She's just so much cuter than Winnie, though.
Way to contribute, Joe. Sure, she's a bit extra, but at least she doesn't overstay her welcome. She's never even appeared in season 7. I'd suggest D tier.
I guess since I do like her more than most of the characters in D tier anyway. Now we go from one extra character to another with Victoria. I mean, she's extra in that. She's also a dancer like Parker, but Parker is way more likable. I mean, does she have to show off how bendy she is every 5 goddamn seconds that she's on screen? Luckily, season 7 is more refined than season 6. It's pretty clear they were just testing the waters in season 6. I believe she's way more likable as a love interest for Parker and think she should go in C tier.
Wow, Donald having a base take for once. I also say C tier in between Eric and Babyface Munson.
What a smooth segue we've got going from one love interest to another with Ryder for Lou.
Good memory, George. I actually couldn't remember what his name was. Yeah, I added him as a custom photo because he's literally so new of a character that the creation of this tier predates his first introduction. Unfortunately, because he's so new, being the very last few episodes that so little's known.
Well, from what we can gather about him, he's honestly kind of a Mary Sue. That's literally my only complaint. I'd say a tier right beside Lou.
Also, I'm putting Victoria in B tier.
We transition from a Mary Sue to an annoying Mr. Perfect.
How perfect could he be? I mean, he's, well, you know. Right, Barry?
Screw you, man. Donald's remarks aside, I think we have ourselves another F-tier character. If him being annoying wasn't bad enough, we last see him calling fan-favorite characters Destiny and Noah annoying. He shouldn't even be there since Lou said he was getting fired in the previous scene.
We really are just going to gloss over some of these characters, aren't we?
It's not necessarily because we want to. These are, after all, only one-off side characters mostly.
And besides, while you three have the luxury of doing whatever you want, I have a meeting in a couple hours.
Why not do one lightning round then?
Oh, can I do it, please? I'm the only one who hasn't done a lightning round.
Well, sure thing, kiddo. I suppose I have a bit of time to mess around.
Yay? Okay, let's start with Bill's sister. I only kind of remember her in that she was almost Donald levels of annoying, but she means well, so I'm thinking D tier, and now for this woman whose voice makes Kamala's cackling sound like a jolly tune. While I'd understand if anyone else put her in F tier, I think having a rude, high-maintenance customer is not only important for Destiny's journey as an owner of a diner, but a good lesson for anyone watching who needs help dealing with that stuff. That is the only thing taking her out of F and into D tier, so let's move on before I change my mind. Now, what is it with Disney creating annoying redhead characters? No one asked for it, but I'm honestly going to say D tier, because after giving Scout grief for not being able to talk to animals, she later apologized and was never brought back again. And it did strengthen Scout's friendship with her Mustangs. Now concluding this lightning round with this young lass, and I wish I could remember her name, but the deal with her is that her whole arc is that she's socially awkward. but brilliant. She reminds me of me in those regards. She's relatable, but not memorable. So C tier she goes.
Gotta say, that was pretty good. Nice job, Joe. I think we can slow things down now as we talk about the three ladies of Dusty Tush.
That's the first time in these tier list videos that any of the towns have been mentioned by name, and I instantly felt my brain cells rotting.
Better not do that again. Donald doesn't have many brain cells to spare, and he is the one running the country.
Don't remind me. Now I unfortunately can't remember any of their names, as I'm sure is true for the rest of you, so we're just going to talk about their personalities. Starting with the sidekick, she really only exists in season 6 to be a punching bag for the leader that we'll talk about in a bit.
I felt so bad for her in that one episode. She's the one that can do no wrong and yet always gets picked on. In season 7, she's the nice lady who owns the local ice cream shop, and if it were up to me, I'd put her in S tier for that reason alone. I guess C tier is the most reasonable spot.
Okay, now for the leader, and I wish I could put her higher than D tier, but she honestly is the least likable of the three. Trying to cheat her way into securing the clue to the lost treasure, and again with the low-key bullying. Out of all of Disney's failed attempts at a girl boss, she's just the most too under the radar. Don't forget how she tried to get Destiny to be Sport, her merch instead of Jake, forcing her to close between her dream of being a designer, which by the way has never came up before, and her job as a counselor, now for the best of the three. She honestly cracks me up while being so morbid, giving off grave robber vibes. I'm thinking high C tier. On a lesser note, she's also the ticket teller for the local theater.
Now let's discuss this prospector dude. First of all, it was pretty obvious from the beginning, well maybe not the very beginning, but the more he talked it became clearer. But I do like the scary episodes, so he kind of stood out to me.
More proof that ghosts are canon in Disney's Earth Prime, but his only episode felt kind of filler, so I'm honestly thinking D tier.
That honestly seems kind of low considering we're not ranking episodes, but honestly I'll allow it because it's raining where I'm at right now and it's kind of making me feel miserable and I just want to get this over with.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. We're almost done now. Just 2 more characters to go.
I hear that, man. It was raining not that long ago where I am too. It's okay, we can take it for here.
Continuing this tier list with Noah's girlfriend, Megan. It's very nice that a guy like Noah has a girl that appreciates him. And unlike most of the characters we've talked about lately, she's actually been featured in multiple episodes, so she's way more fleshed out. I'm thinking she's B tier.
Last one, and it's Jake's potential girlfriend that was featured in one episode. It didn't work out because of how different they are when they're not online. She's a goth and he's normalish. It's just another plot where a main character tries to change who they are to be together, and as ever. It doesn't work. I'm going with C tier.
We finally did it, everyone.
Kind of feels like we should have music playing in the background for our triumph.
I got that, man. Hopefully I can dispute it if it gets the video claim for copyright.
Oh, this song is actually kind of beautiful.
It's the instrumental version of Rock in a Hard Place by Bailey Zimmerman.
So Barack, I'm only joking when I make fun of you, right?
Yeah, likewise. To everyone watching, if you made it this far, we really appreciate your time. Don't let political differences define your friendships or your livelihood.
We're just here to entertain you and give you fun entertainment to watch. If you'd like to make your own tier list, I'll put a link in the description of tiermaker.com.
I need to go get ready to attend my meeting. See you two at the concert at the end of the month, and you, Joe, in the following month.
Yeah, sorry we didn't invite you, Joe. We just know you don't listen to rock or metal.
It's okay. Bill already told me about that. See you next month.
He's always been a busy man, even more so now that he's president. But it's nice that he still finds time to chill with us. Before you go, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 subs by the end of the year, and share with someone who you think will enjoy.
We're trying to get more followers on his socials in the description as well. Take care, everyone.